No agenda, no bull crap, just real conversations. Thank you for joining us for the Middle of the Street podcast.
We're here.
Here we go.
I just want to say first thing, my wife made an amazing dinner tonight. She made Crunch Wrap Supremes, vegan, walnut-based Crunch Wrap Supremes. My goodness. I got a lot of favorite meals that she makes, but that one might have just took it over the top.
She's a good cook.
Oh, man, I tell you what, she don't mess around.
Runs in the family.
Woo! And you know, it's so hard for me to keep a six-pack because that six-packs are made in the kitchen, and I just keep eating. But it's good. It's worth it. It's worth it. On a serious note, though.
Sad note.
Serious and sad note. Look, free speech is something that's vitally important in our free world. Free speech.
Absolutely.
And you cannot.
It's the first thing.
It's the first thing.
Constitution.
It's the first thing. It's the first thing, really. Free speech, man. You have to be able to. And you know what? Even speech you don't like has to be protected. And I don't know, Pops, we always say we don't agree on everything. We don't agree on a lot of things. I think there's one thing that we agree on. I mean, there's a lot of things we agree on as well.
Yeah, a lot
but
of things.
But if there's one big thing that we definitely agree on 100% is your right to free speech.
Yeah. I mean, it you know, a little background here. I mean, you know, I want to apologize to Charlie Kirk's family, his wife, his children, for the horrific act today. And I may not have agreed with everything Charlie Kirk believed in. I believed in a lot of things he believed in. Mm-hmm. But him being on a college campus, doing what he does, debating people about any topic, like an open mic, and for him to get shot today and killed, I just want to know what the fuck's going on in our country. I just don't get it. 2 young children.
Yeah.
Without a father.
Yeah.
For him using free speech platform on conservative rights, conservative talking points, conservative person, and his focus was really on talking on college campuses with young minds that are still growing, maturing, trying to figure it out. They're not necessarily all participating in the economy right now. I mean, but there's a lot of stuff that he was doing that I thought was really good, even though I didn't always agree with his message. It was really good that he was out there having the conversations with younger people, and it's not like he was an old guy. He was 31 years old.
Yeah.
But him engaging and doing that was really important part of our country, and I think we lost a really good person. I think we lost a really good family man, and you know, he's one of the guys when it comes to the Second Amendment. You know, he'll say, you know, there's we have to accept some people will die from guns. Maybe that's ultimately what got him shot, but I believe in my heart that if it was Charlie Kirk or somebody shooting his wife or one of his children, he'd have taken that bullet.
Sure.
Or probably even anybody in the crowd, for that matter. You know, it's like some of the crazies that talk about when the attempt on Trump's life and he got hit in the ear and they poo-poo and laugh about it. But nobody talks about the 2 people that died in the crowd behind him, which was horrible. I just don't know where we're going as a country with this. I mean, did we not learn anything at all over Martin Luther King assassination, Malcolm X,
Fred Hampton,
Kennedy? I mean, there's
Patrice Lumumba, Muammar Gaddafi,
tons of people.
Hopefully, Burkina Faso's president Ibrahim Traoré stays safe. But no, I feel you. Look, if you if you kill person, well, here's one thing I think I said. First thing, a lot of people talking about this when they're celebrating the man's death, they don't have kids. A lot of people who I see, it's on my phone.
Yeah.
It's on my phone on social media. There's this person that follows me. I guess I follow them too because they keep showing up in my timeline. And they literally took a picture of him, and I don't even know if the dude's real name is his profile, but anyways, he took a picture of himself smiling gleefully and saying, "My day just got a whole lot better seeing Charlie Kirk get shot and dying." And this person doesn't have any kids. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't got no kids. He doesn't love anyone more than he loves himself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, and I don't.
So he don't love no one more than he loves himself. He doesn't understand what it truly is, I don't think, to take a life. And, you know, here's the thing. You can be mad at Charlie Kirk because he, you could even say that he did sometimes one of the most unthinkable, debatable things, right? When he diminishes Martin Luther King Jr., or he talks against his relevance, or says the civil rights movement was not a good thing. I don't care. You don't kill a person for their opinion or their view. I take it to the next step, right? Someone who tries to kill the president, a person who has executive power to, with a pen, he can sign away your, let's say, health insurance, or he can sign away, let's say, your abuela's right to be in the country, or he can sign away, let's go to the Democrat. Well, that is the Democratic side. Like when, you know, if Obama, the deporter in chief, right, does something against your uncle and now he can't be in the country. Or let's say that you're upset because a president is going to make an executive action or order to take away your guns or to send you to war. Or, okay, so you have power. So this person has power, and they directly are doing something to you.
Can directly affect your life.
Right? Which is an action.
Yeah.
Right? I guess then I can understand a person who maybe wants to kill that person, right? They may see this person like a Hitler, or may see this person like a Joseph Stalin or something, right? And they want to kill that person, and they take the action. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're right or wrong, right? I'm just saying, I guess I can understand more of that.
Yeah, I mean, I can maybe get on their side and look and go, I understand why they're upset. It's a little far to kill somebody, but I understand why they're upset. But this is a guy that had nothing more than free speech,
than an opinion, Look, he has an opinion,
and
now some people would try to take that to the next level, Pop. So some people would try to stretch and reach a little bit and say, well, you know, maybe you look at me and say this isn't a reach, right? But they'll say, oh, well, he has a following that then will act on these things, or maybe he has a following then that will be racist towards someone, or he has a following that will then be, you know, discriminatory against immigrants or something like that, right? And they'll say, so that's why I took that action. But I still just think that's delegitimate, or illegitimate. I think that's illegitimate. I think that, in my opinion, again, if you want to go against his opinion or what he's saying, then you get out there and intellectually tear down his standing point, his viewpoints, tear down the pillar that he's standing on intellectually. Well, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and combat his free speech with more free speech.
This tour that he just started was, what was it? The Great American Comeback or something like that. And yeah, Great American Comeback Tour.
Okay.
And his whole topic of starting when he goes to these colleges is prove me wrong debate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I guess
That's even what it said on the big thing today.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
I mean, he loves to have intellectual conversations.
Well, but he doesn't just say prove me wrong. He gives a person a chance to come up and speak and debate him and to literally prove him wrong.
Like no politician will do.
Yeah. No. You know who I see do that type of thing? And I'm just keep it true. I see like Candace Owens does it.
Mm-hmm. She was part of Turning Point.
Conservatives do it. I don't, and correct me, just comment. Is there any left-wing person that goes out there on a speaking tour and opens up the mic for people to debate them?
Bill Maher has done some of that, but more in his show than public. Not, in a public forum, going to a university college, people don't.
No,
that's not something.
Bill Maher's.
I know. I'm just trying to. I was stretching, trying to, because there are some really good Democrats that go out and try to do the same types of things.
Sure.
The problem is I don't know if at least the ones I've watched weren't as well read as a Charlie Kirk. Now, Charlie Kirk doesn't have a college education. He was a lifelong learner. He obviously read a lot, and he was obviously had a reasonably high IQ to be able to quote things back that he read. So
a lot of the times when those right-leaning folks go out there on those speaking tours, they kind of, though, when they're debating, they kind of have cupcakes because the people that they're debating many times are just abysmal.
Yeah.
Like they're just, it's like a layup. Like I would love to see more real intellectuals that are, I guess one of the problems would be, first thing, maybe there's not as many intellectuals as we think on those college campuses. Then second thing, I think the people that go to those events to go against him aren't the cream of the crop when it comes to intellectually from the other side. Right?
Well,
like they just like people I think who are more intellectual don't waste their time with that type of thing.
He's had professors that came up. I mean, he had a philosophy professor. I mean, I watched the clip multiple times and it was about, college being a scam.
Was it a layup?
No, I mean the guy was trying to make some points, and and Charlie said, obviously, all of your philosophy students, how many of those are going to get a job in philosophy? And he said, well, it's like 1% or less because they're going to end up teaching on a campus at the most.
That's the only thing you can do with a philosophy degree.
And Charlie said, well, you kind of made my point. So they're going to go spend $50, $60, $70, $100,000 on education that they can't ever make enough money to pay that back. There's zero return on investment.
Yeah, 100%.
He's been pushing, going to big college campuses and pushing trade schools.
Yeah.
So I just still, my heart sinks for his family.
Again, to me, it doesn't matter what he's saying. There's no excuse to kill him over his words.
No.
Even if I vehemently disagree, like even when he's saying, like I said, even if he's, like I said, downplaying the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., right? That doesn't, there's another brother who does that. Gosh, I forget his name now. A little skinny brother. He's kind of in the rap community or whatever. He does that. But he doesn't deserve to die for it, right? Like, again, I just don't see it unless someone is directly, I guess, harming you or
your family.
Now too, and then they say, well, then there's no. See, then people will say, well, there's not an excuse for that, right? Like, if you want to go try to kill the president, there's not an excuse for that. And I'm not advocating anyone to try to kill anyone here. Just that disclaimer, don't go try to kill anybody, right? But I would say that our example that we give as a country, when we have a disagreement with someone, what do? I mean, we have the largest military for a reason, right?
Yeah, I mean,
we disagree with Muammar Gaddafi trying to make the gold dinar the standard in Africa. What do? We go make a coup and we kill him. We have a disagreement with Patrick Lumumba right here in the cup. And we say, we don't like that he's making his country free and off colonialization. What do? We go kill him. The brother, it's funny, I have this cup right here, Ibrahim Traoré. He's had 19 attempts on his life because he kicked the French out of his country, and he's nationalizing his gold and nationalizing his resources. And they go in and try to kill him. So but we have a violence problem in America that I think starts at the core of our example.
And yeah, let's go back just in recent history. Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, being attacked in his home. Pretty weird circumstances. Guy took a hammer after him.
I thought
cops were there.
Isn't there? I'm not going to say
there's some conspiracy.
I'm not going to say conspiracy because the conspiracy theorists are winning. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say there's a theory.
Yeah. Well, and the guy's in prison now. I mean, he went to court and he got sentenced. But and then there's
that's his But didn't people say that was his lover?
Yeah. I mean, there was all kinds of stories out there, and so I didn't really participate in it because I didn't have any real facts.
Okay, I dig it. I shouldn't be spreading rumors.
It's kind of like the
Quran is against that.
It's kind of like the guy that was caught outside of Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh's house with a knife, a gun, and tie straps and stuff he was charged with attempted murder of a Supreme Court and pled guilty in April. But why? I mean, that was kind of the whole Roe v. Wade thing, and
yeah.
I just don't understand the level of violence people are willing to go to for things that don't really affect their life.
I mean, I feel you. I don't understand it either. And again, I say we have this problem from the very top down. Like we go and travel thousands of miles to do that to other, whether it's we say it's weapons of mass destruction, we say it's the Gulf of Tonkin, we say, that's why I think.
Well, the chickens have come home to roost. That's why it's happening more and more in the U.S. I mean, I know that's a bad saying, but
no, it's not a bad saying.
But it's true.
You brought Uncle Malcolm out. You brought Uncle Malcolm out. Look, I don't know if y'all can see him from back here, but you brought Uncle Malcolm out. And I mean, you're right. You're right. Because we continue to lead with the violent nature, and the violence is just starting to consume us again.
When we have politicians that, get in their face, they support this, just get in their face and make their life miserable.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. No, it's not cool.
I believe
meet that person in the airport and give them crap, right? I know what you're saying.
Maybe don't talk to them.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
And I'm more on the, hey, that's so-and-so. Yeah, I don't really like the guy. I'm not talking to him.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah, leave him alone.
I mean, I'm not going to get in his personal space over it because to date, no politicians have passed anything that have brutally hurt my family. To date.
I mean,
and nobody has, nobody in authority has done something to brutally hurt my family. They haven't unalived someone in my family. They haven't caused someone in my family to be killed. Maybe I'm lucky in that sense.
I mean,
you've dealt with more stuff than I have, man.
I mean, you're blessed, but again, I'm alive, I'm here. And I was talking to Luke the other day, my brother, Luke, and I told him, I'm not going to say his last name on here just because I don't know. I'm not going to do him like that. But I was talking to my brother Luke, and I said, I've traveled around the world, and I've still never paid the police here. I paid police other places, but I ain't never paid the police here, right? So I get it. But also, I mean, yeah, it's tough. Point blank.
Our culture is shifting.
It is. But point blank. But see, here's another thing, right? I was just talking to my brother Dean last night, and we were saying how we think that even music is shifting back when we talk about the hip hop community. And we were saying, the kids are more ready for conscious hip hop again. They don't like drill rap anymore. To be famous, you don't have to have killed somebody or been shot or be a gangster. Now kids are more feeling the intellectualness. People are more feeling the people that are talking about positive things and talking about God, and that we're like, hey, there's a culture shift to something more positive now. And there's, so I definitely think there's different ways and different things to look at where you can be excited about some things, because there are some things that are shifting back that we think that are shifting towards a positive, right? And then you see something like this. And again, I think sometimes we do have to realize too, that this is the fringe. Yeah. This is the fringe. And even a person, I think, like Charlie Kirk, that made a living off of far right views, it's still the fringe, because so many more people are so much more centered, and people on the left that come to debate with him, like it's far left. Like it's still, I think, fringe for fringe. Should any fringe die because of what they believe? No. Or for what they want to talk about? No. It's still unacceptable. It is unacceptable. But I do think that sometimes, right, because we see it, and I saw it, I saw the shot, right? It's just,
Did you see this? I mean, talk about.
No, who's that? Adam Calhoun? I don't know about Adam Calhoun.
I mean, it's supposed to be a country rapper, but he's obviously
selling records?
Very racist, very stereotyping. So,
oh goodness,
I applaud the Bourbon for canceling him.
The Bourbon canceled him?
Yeah.
I don't know, Pops.
I don't know. The Bourbon has the right.
Okay. Yeah.
To do that, they're a private business.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't meet they're
not taxpayer funded.
Their goals.
Sure.
I'm A-okay with them saying, hey, we're going to cancel this show and we're going to refund the money.
Wow.
He's
racist, huh?
Yeah, he's
I don't know nothing about this guy. I never heard of him. I'm behind on this. A country rapper, Adam Calhoun, I've seen videos, is made aware that show his book, who is white.
I'm going to look him up on the TikTok videos just to kind of see what it looks like.
I get it. Okay, so this is a white rapper, country Calhoun guy, and he's using the N-word, and he's talking against other things, but he's using the N-word as a white guy not in the term. He's using the hard ER. Yeah. Right. He's not saying it in an embracing way, which still is a conundrum. That being said, the Bourbon, which is a local venue in Lincoln, Nebraska.
You've performed there?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I've been on the main stage of the Bourbon. I opened up for Lupe Fiasco there, one of my all-time favorite poets. I opened up for Dead Prez there, and we've headlined shows there too, but Dead Prez and
I've been there to watch you.
Yeah. Okay, and that was in the front room.
Yeah.
Pops actually, I remember this like for a very, very, very. You bought a shirt and he threw our merch guy $100 and like, oh, just keep the change, and everybody was going crazy. Yeah. Like, what? He said, let's keep the change. It was a $12 shirt, and everybody was excited. Thank you for that, Pops. If you don't know, artists make most of their money off merch. Like merch is how they make their money on shows. But yeah, so the Bourbon front room, that's where we were at that time. But so they canceled this guy, and I feel it. I mean, yeah, you're a private place. You get to say who's going to perform or not, right?
Yeah. Again, it's freedom.
You get to book who you want.
It's freedom of speech, but you're in charge. It's your business. You get to decide what you're doing. It's kind of like you walk into the local bar and all of them have signs up. We reserve the right to refuse to serve anyone.
Mm. So, okay, here's my question. If this guy walks into the Bourbon and just wants to drink, should they refuse him service just for wanting to drink?
No, I think if he's not
being belligerent,
if he's not disruptive,
walks in, just wants to drink, should they say no because of who you are?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I don't believe that.
Yeah, me neither.
Now, if he starts going off on some tangents, being disruptive to other patrons,
100%,
then absolutely.
100%. Now, here's the other thing, though. Okay, so let's say that, because I'll play devil's advocate on my own things. I just said that he should get a drink. Okay, so let's say that the other patrons in there are like, I'm like, hey, if you're going to let this guy in, we're not ever coming back here. We're not going to come back if you're going to let him get a drink. Then
it's a business decision.
It's a business decision then, right? So that guy's like, well, look, letting him in is going to mess up my whole business. So no, you can't come in.
Yeah.
It's a tough world.
But that's private business. That's capitalism.
Now peep this. It isn't illegal for him to say what he says, but the consequences of him saying what he says is some people don't want him in his establishment.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's not illegal. He's not going to get thrown in jail for saying the N-word in his country rap. But it could hurt his pocket when now the bourbon says he can't come in. Who was going to go to that show? Who bought tickets? Who bought tickets to that show that they're refunding?
I didn't even know it was a show. I want
to know who bought tickets to that show.
I just got this news thing and looked at it and was like, that's pretty wild.
Comment if you bought tickets to that show. I want to know. I want to know who you are.
You get a complete refund, by the way, for wherever you bought the tickets from.
That is hilarious. Oh, that is hilarious. Hey, that booking manager
he was
might get in trouble.
Controversial. Broke through nationally. Calhoun was also once imprisoned for punching a police officer. Show was canceled in 19 and in 22 for similar reasons. So it's not the first time the guy's been canceled from stuff.
He's punching police too. This guy's like the ultimate oxymoron. He's like F the police and racist.
Well, maybe he's just the ultimate moron. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the guy, but this little snippet that I've read, and I am going to look him up on TikTok to see what these TikToks are that he's putting out there. But and obviously you and I don't get those TikToks because that's not in our.
It's not in our algorithm.
Yeah, that's not our algorithm at all. So,
man, that is hilarious. I mean, I guess I don't know. I think I find comedy just because that's hilarious. Country Calhoun. It's a good name, right? Is that his name, Country Calhoun?
It would be a really good name if he was actually doing country music.
I'm just saying, that's a good name.
I mean, country rap. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, look. I love
different forms of music. I mean, I really do.
Yeah. But see, here's what I'm saying. Like, I think that some people, like, for example, right, like country music, right? I think what some people think country music is, like, some people think that only a certain type of country is country, right?
Yeah.
But there's country western, there's the bluegrass, there's classical country, there's shit kicking country. That's what my grandpa used to listen to. Shit kicking music is what he used to say. And I mean, so there's different, genres within the genre as well, right? Just like rap music, right? Like there's different, there's what we call conscious rap, what we call gangster rap, what we call drill rap. So there's Christian rap, there's pop rap. There's all those
country rap.
It's country rap. I dig it, man. I dig it. I just love music too much. But dang. Well, that's funny.
And folks, really didn't want to start this off on a tough note talking about Charlie Kirk, but the free speech thing.
That's what we do.
Killing people. It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's just wrong.
It's wrong.
It's not really what the good Lord meant, an eye for an eye. All right.
No. Hey, look. 200 yards away, you're saying the shot was.
That's what it was reported early.
That's pretty cowardice.
Yeah.
Okay. You're killing. Look, everybody knows I'm a fan of Bonanza. Everybody knows I'm a fan of westerns. I was just watching oh man, it was a wonderful movie. Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte. It was called Buck, and I bet you could look it up faster than I could.
I've watched the movie, man.
Oh man, that was such a great movie. The history in that movie, talking about these brothers that were just trying to get a better life in the West, and you had bounty hunters from Louisiana trying to get them back to the plantation. This is after slavery, and it was made on true accounts. And goodness gracious, what a great movie! But anyways, you don't shoot an unarmed man. That's just like it's just like the valor, right? Like you don't shoot an unarmed man, like you don't shoot a man in the back, like you don't, it's the whole thing of even back in those days, you would throw another brother a gun before you did a duel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't. I mean, that's just totally. You don't do that, right? And man, oh my goodness! Look, I'm looking up to Sidney Poitier. What a freaking actor and director. And but Harry Belafonte, I didn't know that he could act like that. Here it is right here. Buck and the Preacher.
Yep.
Buck and the Preacher. Woo! What a movie. I didn't know Harry Belafonte had those acting chops. I mean, he just had a great, and then what is it? Man, the woman in there was just so amazing as well. Is it
Duel
Abby
of
D?
Diable? He did that one too.
Oh man, I'm trying to tell you, I was so impressed. It was so Ruby D. What a beautiful actress Ruby D is.
Buck and the Preacher, that was also his directing debut.
Yeah. No. I didn't know it was his directing debut.
Yeah.
But I knew he directed it because I was watching all the credits or whatever. I was looking at it. 1972. I tell you what, this movie, if you have not seen Buck and the Preacher, you are in for a treat. It's sad. It's a great movie. It has all the everything. But one of the things that Megan was talking about it when she's saying, look how much of the story they told without dialogue.
Yeah.
They did a lot without dialogue, which is brilliant in filmmaking. But the story, I mean, it's super sad. Some true history in there. And it's just, but anyways. But again, it just comes to like a valor thing. Like you don't shoot an unarmed man. You know what I mean? Like you don't do that. And this guy was up here talking, right? He wasn't Rambo. He wasn't out there with, with the holster. He couldn't defend himself. I don't know, man. That's just cowardly to me too. It's just point blank cowardly.
And he ended up
cowardly.
In that movie, didn't he end up not being a very good shot? So he had like sawed-off shotgun pistols.
Who, Buck? He definitely had some big guns. I don't know if because he wasn't a good shot, but he definitely had some. It looked like some sawed-offs or something. He definitely had some sawed-offs because he was able to take down a few guys at once. But he was always outnumbered too.
Oh, yeah, there's a picture. He sawed-off shotgun.
Oh, yeah, he was always outnumbered, man. He had them sawed-offs. He was going tough with that. Man, that movie was great.
Yeah.
It was, woo. Try to tell you, I didn't know Harry Belafonte acted like that.
It's there's a lot of great movies out there.
Man.
A lot of great old movies.
Great.
When they
made movies.
When they were really making movies. There wasn't green screens and
they were making movies.
All fake stuff behind it. It was all real.
It was real film. So you had to get shit right.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have a lot of time to mess it up. You had to get it right. You had to remember your lines. You had to give a great performance, and you had to block it right. It was so hard.
So as a kid in David City, we used to go to the theater. Well, I knew the guys that were doing the movies, and they had to switch reels in between, and they actually used like an arc welder. Was like the bulb that made it so bright, so it'd go so far. It was like a stick electrode that we used for welding. That's how they made that. It was actually really freaking cool to be up there to see how that equipment worked.
Science.
I mean, that's
science, y'all.
That was in the 70s that I was up there seeing that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Films like that. Yeah, but seriously though, I mean, and it's not about starting on a sad note. It's just is what it is. If you're applauding a father's death, who this man never went and killed anybody. This man never went and raped anybody, hurt anybody. This man was just speaking his opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but it is sickening that people think that it's okay for people to not only do this, but then to applaud it.
It's just wrong on so many levels. And 31 years old.
Yeah, he's young. He's definitely young. Now,
that's the age of my son.
My
youngest son, man, that's young.
It's horrible. It definitely is horrible. It's like, and for example, again, this is, and I know there's more recent examples, right? But, the first person that, comes to my mind for being killed for his views, for what he says, right? Like a person like Fred Hampton, who was, I think, 22, maybe 21 when he was killed, shot 99 times by the Chicago PD, literally for what he talked about, right? For what his opinions, right? And I know that's the state doing it, right? Not an individual actor, right? But it's just, I mean, it's
what both the Kennedys were shot for.
Again, by the state, I think, too.
I do too.
I know, but they say individual actors. They do. They definitely do.
But it was about what they said.
It's about what they said.
And
well, I guess they had some power.
Jr.
I know, but they had some power, though. They had some power, right? They had
a
some
little,
power.
yeah. I mean, they were.
I mean, the president and attorney general.
Yep.
I mean, that's power. But still, no matter what, it's just when people.
RFK Jr. better be watching out, man, because he's saying some stuff that's driving people crazy.
I know, but he already got the Kennedy curse, right? He can't. I mean, his voice. He ain't even got a voice no more. The Kennedy curse is real. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, them brothers get at it. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, he's out here. Look, I think that people, let's just talk about him for a minute.
Yeah.
Right? I think that people don't understand who he is, right? Everybody wants to say, first thing I think, everybody wants to say he's a drug addict. And then they want to say he has brain worms and his whole brain is fried.
From syphilis and everything else.
Whatever. And then they want to say that the brother has, he was an addict, right? He's a heroin addict and things, right? Look, I'm not by any means, right? I'm not a, I don't know, like, okay, like.
Can't defend what he's done.
No, what I'm trying to say is I don't look at Kennedy like, I don't look at Kennedy like Muhammad Ali or like Angela Davis, right? No. Or like, you know what I'm saying, Brother Malcolm, right? But I will say this. First thing, if you want to talk about is drug use. All right. 90% of America is drug addicts. So don't give me that crap. Right. Okay. He might have been shooting heroin. I bet that for some reason you're giving your kid heroin or you're giving your kid coke in the form of Ritalin or Focalin or some methamphetamine that you're giving your kid trying to say this is ADHD medicine. All right. Or some type of antidepressant medicine that's literally the same chemical compound that on the side effects that'll make them more suicidal. So first thing, all that crap, like he's a drug addict. Who isn't a drug addict, right? I'm still a caffeine addict. So I'm just saying. First thing, who isn't a drug addict? Second thing, because I'm tired of the holier than thou type crap. You know what I'm saying? I really am. And it really gets to me, Okay, so there's that. And then let's talk about, or they want to say his brain is fried and whatever like this. I'm sorry. But that man can recollect and can recall more facts, he's a better litigator than 99.9% of the country, and the facts that he knows and the things that he can recall and the way that he can articulate himself, even though they took his voice, okay, then like I said, 99.9% of America. All right. The only person I wouldn't put him up against a debate would be the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. That's the only person I think could probably beat him in a debate. Anybody else, I think, would get torn to shreds if you're really being honest with what they're actually saying. And you do a fact check, real fact checked. Right now, third thing, look at his real history, what he spent his whole life on. He was an environmentalist lawyer that was doing nothing but going after big corporations, suing big corporations. And I think I brought this up the other day. He was like the male Aaron Brockovich. Yeah. You ever seen the movie Aaron Brockovich? Like that's what he was doing, going around the country, finding people that were getting hurt by companies, the environment that was getting shredded by companies. And he would sue the pants off those companies, make them stop their unsafe practices, restore nature back to the way it was intended. And that's what he was. He was a darling of the Democrats because he was an environmentalist lawyer. He wanted to take mercury out of fish.
He was a darling of the Democrats until he ran for president
as an independent.
Well, he tried to do it. He tried to do it as a Democrat. They wouldn't recognize him. So they pushed him to be an independent.
But even a little bit before that, they started getting mad at him because he started to unravel this dirty web behind the pharmaceutical industry, a la vaccines. And what happened was, as he would give talks and he was speaking out against the dangers of mercury in the ocean that was getting into our fish supply, that then you would in turn eat, and was making people more and more unhealthy and having all these effects. What started happening is mothers started showing up to his talks and to his litigation hearings and to his court hearings. And they said, hey, look, Mr. Kennedy, you're worried about mercury and bad ingredients in the ocean and in the environment. Our child was severely harmed from a medical intervention, a la vaccine. And he dismissed it and he ignored it for years and years. And then at some point, he couldn't ignore it anymore. At some point, he couldn't keep turning a blind eye, and he listened to these mothers, and he followed the science like he does, like he's trained to do. And started unraveling that web. And then the Democrats flipped on him. His family flipped on him.
And I'm not just going to, I mean.
But why would you put yourself through that?
Yeah, well, and Big Pharma in general, I mean, you know, the Democrat, I saw him, he was up there testifying. The Republicans are just as guilty as the Democrats for taking money from Big Pharma. I mean, Big Pharma financially controls way too much of our politics.
They're the biggest lobby in the they're bigger than the war lobby.
Yeah.
I mean that's a big lobby.
True story.
That's
yeah.
So what you're saying, like everybody's dirty. Everybody wrestling with the pig up in there, right?
Yeah.
Everybody getting dirty, and he then says, "Okay, I'm going to be an independent." So he stakes off to do his run as an independent. Many states wouldn't even put him on the ballot. Okay. Actually, many states sued, Republicans and Democrats sued to not have him on the ballot. How un-American is it to not let a candidate on the ballot?
And some of it was because he'd missed deadlines and those things. And I agree. If there's rules, there's rules. But some of them were just blatant pandering to make sure that he couldn't get on.
Couldn't get on. So then Trump comes through and he gives him a deal, which, I mean, Trump is the deal maker, right? It's what he does. He makes deals.
Part of the deal.
He makes deals. So he says, hey, brother, if you go with me and give up and give me support, I will make you the head of Health and Human Services. I didn't believe it. I did not believe it for a day. I thought that Trump played him like a fiddle. I was like, there's no way he's going to give him that. I would have lost a lot of money. I was willing to bet a lot of money that Trump played him and wasn't going to give him his comeuppance.
Well, it was no different than Elon and Trump's battle. Elon got what he asked for doing Doge, and then he got mad when they didn't cut more out of the budget. Elon wanted more cut out to make it, but we also didn't find the $1 trillion that Elon thought he could find.
How much did he find?
You know, I don't remember if it was...
Was it $500 billion?
No, I think it fell short of that. It's like
quarter trillion?
400. I think it was like $400 billion. A lot of money.
$400 billion.
Yeah. And some of that's being contested, you know, because
whatever.
But, you know, it's kind of interesting to me. And the Democratic Party has been screaming about not having any money ever since they defunded USAID. That's ironic to me that those NGOs no longer have money and that the DNC is shorting cash after maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe they're not connected. I don't have the firm data, but the dates seem to kind of line up of shit happened at the same time.
But what you're saying essentially is what Trump said he was going to do, he did.
Yeah. That's the part that I guess has a lot of people upset. And, you know, I don't know if you probably don't see the bashing on farmers.
Oh, yeah.
The bashing the farmers, you know, they deserve to go broke because this is what they voted for.
Oh, no, I see it all the time. Because the tariffs.
They voted for balanced budget, less government, and the tariffs are definitely, I mean, I have a farm. It's definitely driving down commodity prices. It's going to hurt some farmers short term. Everybody says, well, you can't bail out the farmers again. I actually had this debate with a person online. And I said, well, what's the difference in between that bailout and General Motors? So, General Motors, we made money on that. But, you know, Trump's investing now in, I don't remember, Intel or one of those. Government's going to own like 10% of it or something. And I said, well, what was the difference between that and GM? The difference is we never got all the tax dollars back from GM.
Or Enron.
Or Solarindra. What it was, that's not the right name. The solar company that...
Hey, look, you know me. I want to bail out the students. Look, I'd be like, hey, we can bail out everybody. We can bail out the students, too. They got a bad deal. Who got told to go get a philosophy degree, and they can't do shit with it.
Or you have to hold the universities responsible for some of that.
Sure. I'm just saying, hey, we have money. I don't know, people say it's taxpayer money. We don't have money, right? We're spending our grandkids' money.
Probably great-grandkids' money at this point, but...
We went through the whole list of how much money we were okay with giving Ukraine and Israel. I think 2 or 3 podcasts ago, right? You had a beautiful list. So I guess not a beautiful list, but you
had a list of where the money was going.
You know what I mean? You had a big list, right? I'm just saying, if I know we're not okay with putting the money there, but I would rather see the money go to that, to bailing out students, rather than to giving it to Zionists or giving it to neo-Nazis in Ukraine, or you know what I'm saying?
It was God, who is that has that?
Or the farmers
puts all the information out on the taxes and all of that. Steve Ballmer.
Yeah,
it's his.
Yeah,
he's funding that, where the money is coming in and where it's going.
So what I'm saying is, like, I'm okay with it, you know, with giving it to farmers rather than to giving it to farmers in Ukraine. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. Or I'm okay with, like, did you watch some of that? The one debate, it was, I believe, it was the big beautiful bill debate. It was 2.5 hours or something, and they're going back and forth. Okay, so the Republicans, they keep on bringing up all the things that they're cutting, right? Mm-hmm. It's like $1 million cut to Iraqi Sesame Street, $400,000 for condoms for transsexuals in Guatemala, $300,000 to headphones in Senegal, or you know what I'm saying,
LGBTQ stuff, and nowhere,
right? So what I'm saying is, again, I am like, cut that crap and find somewhere to spend it here where it's actually really needed. Like, you know, like, so I guess what I'm saying is, like, you know, I keep on saying we have the money somewhere because we're spending it somewhere. It maybe, you know, we're spending Social Security. We're spending my son's money. We're spending my grandson's. But I'm just saying, like, we're spending it.
Well, but
so
I get
on something better.
I get mad when both sides talk about Social Security and Medicare being entitlement programs.
Yeah.
Now, to the people that paid in their whole lives, those aren't entitlements.
No.
It was really the government using their money interest-free, because they didn't get...
And they got a bad deal.
They didn't truly get the return on investment that they could have got had they put the money into like their 401k. I mean,
or just something standard, like a standard rate of return.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even close.
No.
And you don't even get it until you're like, what is it, 65?
67 to his full retirement age currently.
Okay, 67, and then most people dying at 73 or some crap.
Yep, exactly.
Like, that's a racket. Now, that's a racket.
It is.
That's a racket. No, I get it. It's not an entitlement program. It's I forget what you're supposed to call it.
What's a taxpayer funded? It's a self-funded retirement program to help with retirement.
Supplemental.
But when we started, you know, making it for disability and making it for a whole bunch of other things, when people, I mean, my great-grandfather paid in like 1 year, 2 years, and drew something. Because that was just the timing. Yeah. You know, he was born in...
Yeah.
Was he born in 1892?
I get it. I did.
He was at that retirement age at that time.
Yeah.
They didn't get much. It was like $150 a month. But $150 a month then was
a little
better money.
It was a little turkey.
Because that would have been in... I don't know. I was alive.
I mean, wasn't...
So it probably started drawing out in the 60s when it started.
Okay.
And, you know, he died in the early 70s.
Okay.
But, you know, I just looked on my statement, and you people should look at your statement and see what you've paid in and what your employer's paid in already into your Social Security account. It's interesting to see. In my lifetime, it was over $600,000 that I paid in between myself and my employer.
Yikes.
If I start taking it at 65, it takes me 14 years to get it back. If I take it at 67, it takes me 12 years. If I wait till I'm 70, I can get it back in like 8.6 years. Just the money, hard money that was paid in. No ROI. So I got the devaluation of the currency over that time. Instead of time value of money, I got the devaluation of currency over that time.
That's bad.
And it's not
that's bad investment.
And I say me, it's
everybody.
It's everybody. It's not just, me as a euphemism.
No, it's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody gets that bad deal.
Folks look at that and go, well, where does this make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's tough. That's tough. That's real tough. So, and then you got then the Democrats will fire back and they'll say, well, you're stopping this program that was done by George H.W. or done by George W. And what happened was this was stopping, 2 million deaths a year from AIDS or this program and this program. And then the Republicans fire back and they say, well, actually, we still have, $4 million that's going to that per year. What it's stopping is this, and that, right? And then, so they'll answer it and bring out maybe some real numbers. And then the next Democrat will come up and say the same thing. Will you stop this program that's doing 2 million? I guess what I'm saying is it's very little genuineness when they're rapping back and forth. It's a lot of, okay, I'm going to give this example. People will go to a rapper, will go to like Sway in the Morning, or they'll go to Rosenberg. These are radio shows, right? And they'll say, okay, kick us a freestyle. Now, see, freestyle, the essence of freestyle, the denotation of freestyle back in our day from a poet, from a rapper, is off the dome, like off the top of the head. You're making it up as you go. It's not pre-thought of. It's not something that you wrote before and you're reciting it, right? So it's off the top. Like if I was freestyling, I'd be talking about what we're doing right now, and I'd be talking about things that are happening right now, things I didn't write before, right? That's a freestyle. But now the connotation of freestyle, they come and they just and they regurgitate, or they recite a verse or a few verses that they have already written, that they've memorized, and then they drop it like it's a freestyle. And they call it a freestyle, right?
Yeah, they're just talking points.
So that's what they're doing in Congress, is instead of talking from the heart and getting up to the mic and actually speaking about how they actually feel at the time, they're literally reading or going off memory. I'm talking about at least 90% of them, right? And then they're going off memory about what they want to say, because what happens is the person that just testified or just had the floor and just was given their minutes, they're over here, whoever the mic was yielded to, they're saying something, and then the next guy says something, and the next guy will come up and he'll say the exact same crap. And it's like, you wouldn't just repeat the same thing if you had something different to say genuinely, right? Like you would say something different. And so it's so performative. It is just so performative, man. And that's how I feel when I watch. And don't get me wrong, right? Like some of those flows are dope. Like J. Cole, did one on Sway and it was like amazing, or yeah. So those are cool things, but they're not freestyles, right? They're not off the top. They're not true, actual freestyles. And that's how I feel about these Congress people. They're not actually off the dome. They're not actually spitting. They're just really reciting what their talking points are.
They either read or what their staff told them to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, with their colleagues, like, hey, no, everybody say this same thing. Everybody say this. So just, because we want our soundbite and we don't know when it's going to come.
It would be interesting if all congressional emails just had to be published.
Oh, man, that'd be dope. It's kind of like, you remember the debate, the mayoral debate in Lincoln. The two mayoral candidates at the Malone Center, that I mediated. I had a dope hat on that night. But I mediated that, and the Democratic candidate, the incumbent, she was all just reading her list. She reading her responses, total ready. And then the Republican chick, I forget her name now. She lost. I can't even remember her name, but anyway.
Sits behind me at football games, but go ahead.
Yeah, she did. She photobombs us every time that we take a picture at football games. I don't want you in my picture. No, but it's all good. She should have hired me to do something. She probably would have won, but anyways. But she was actually speaking from the heart, right? Like she actually was just answering the questions from the heart, basically. Now, and sometimes it wasn't as polished of an answer.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it wasn't as, but it was actually how she felt. You see what I'm saying? Like
It was real.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I respected that was, you know, she actually was, you know, actually giving you her real thought. You actually knew what she actually thought, not just what her staff wrote for her, right? She ended up losing pretty handily, didn't she?
Yeah.
Pretty handily. But anyways, but that's what happens here in these debates is they do that. Now, the most recent one I want to bring up was the Epstein.
Yeah.
Did I send you that one too?
You didn't, but I've seen tons of them.
So I was watching the one that was about 2-hour hearing on. They had just got maybe 6 witnesses from the Epstein thing, 6 victims. And the victims are telling their stories and whatnot in the congressional hearing. And then the Democrats and Republicans go back and forth about what they want to do about it. So the Republicans, they wanted to do some motion to make a deposition to get some records, to try to release some of the Epstein files and make it, you know, a record. Then the Democrats, they want to pass a law in Congress that requires the administration to drop all the files, right, and to release all the files. And
except the congressional files of the billions of dollars that taxpayers went to save their ass for sexual harassment suits and that stuff. They don't want any of that published.
Well, here's what I thought was crazy. Here's what I thought was crazy was the Republicans were like, look, y'all just got out of owning office for 4 years, and then before that for 8 years. Y'all had all this opportunity to drop the Epstein files, and you didn't. And there was no haste. There was no big mad dash. There was no big run saying that let's do this. Now all of a sudden, you want us to mad dash rush and to do it, and you're calling us sneaky and quirky or whatever because we're not dropping the Epstein files. He's like, Biden was just president. Why didn't y'all drop it when he was just president, right? And they're like, oh, well, because Trump ran on it. It was one of his main things that he ran on it. Okay, so you're telling me that because Trump ran on it and said that we're going to drop the Epstein files day one, now that all of a sudden you want Trump to do something that he said, right? I'm just saying that's how disingenuous it is. Now,
I know.
Should the Epstein files be dropped? Of course, 100%. They should have been dropped in 96 when we first knew about some stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When he got the first slap on the wrist and it was, you know, and everybody says, oh, well, that lawyer that got him the slap on the wrist is now Trump's main lawyer and this and that. I don't care. Like, drop it back then, drop it now. Like my man Wheezy said, drop it like it's hot. Like, just drop the damn files. But don't be the kettle calling the pot sneaky, saying that they didn't drop the files when you just had the
opportunity.
You just had the power to drop the files and you wouldn't drop them. You know what I'm saying? Right? And then they're saying, well, what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say her first name. Right? But that lady, the lady with the short hair, little Karen lady, she just got her, she was in Maxwell prison and she just got, taken down to like minimum security, right? And they say, oh, the only way you can do that is you have to have like, judge authority from something. It has to come from the top, right? It has to be like presidential almost. Oh, well, she just cleared Trump in her testimony saying that Trump didn't have nothing to do with nothing. So now all of a sudden she gets what's called, right? So then the Democrats saying, well, see, now she's getting special treatment because she did this and did that. I'm looking like, stop making it about Trump when you could have dropped the damn files. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all political. Now, should Trump drop the files? Of course.
Absolutely.
Yes, of course he should. Why isn't he? I don't know. Do we got something to hide? I'm sure. Just like Biden didn't drop the files. Why? Because
it's going to hurt some.
Because his island was part of it. Like, I'm just keeping it trill. You know what I'm saying? His island was part of it. Yeah. So they're all dirty. Again, they're all wrestling with the pig. You know what I'm saying? They're all wrestling with pigs. But it's just weird to me how it's comical. You know what I'm saying? That how they go back and forth fighting with it like holier than thou.
Instead of doing the work that we sent them there for, balance the budget, Let's get our spending in order. Let's get our house in order. Let's take care of American people. You know, it's craziness.
Yeah. But I just thought it was funny, man, how they go. I mean, it's not funny, excuse me, because I know there's real victims. I know it's a big deal.
It's stupid.
And pedophilia is just the worst. And it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic in this country because the judges are gross. The criminal justice system is gross. And at the end of the day, it's an epidemic because we don't unalive these people.
It was just
That's why it's an epidemic, because we don't unalive them.
I saw this clip, and I can't think of the... God, I can see her. The Congress lady that said that police are only to investigate crimes, not to stop crimes. Yeah.
They like that reactive approach.
Yeah, it's supposed to be reactive. And God.
I grew up in the era of proactive. I don't know if y'all remember them infomercials. But you don't want no acne. You got the proactive joints, okay? So I dig it. That's horrible. Yeah, man. People are crazy, man. People are crazy. People are really crazy, you know. But again, like one of my favorite movies, A Time to Kill. You know, there is a time. There is a time, and I think that's one of the times. And now we have the political correctness of now you want to call them minor attracted peoples or persons or whatever, right? That's helping the epidemic.
Yeah.
Right. That's where I'm just keeping it real. Like, those people have to be unalived, because there is no coming back from that. There is no therapy. There is no rehabilitation. I talk about this. I was in a conference once. I used to do a lot of behavioral work, in my degrees in behavioral science, and we were in a conference, and the man was talking about these people that hurt children.
Jasmine Crockett's who said it.
Oh, Jasmine Crockett. Oh, come on, Jazz. Come on, Jazz.
Law enforcement job is to solve crimes, not prevent them.
Oh, Jasmine. Not Jasmine. It's to do both. It is to do both. Jasmine Crockett, man. Only thing I liked when she was hit homegirl with the badly built bleach blonde. Oh man, she killed it with that alliteration. She really did. But she was getting at what's homegirl's name? MJT, or what do they call her? What's her name?
Melania.
Not
Melania.
She was going after she's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, Marjorie
MJT,
Taylor Greene.
Marjorie.
Yeah.
Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, when they were going back and forth, and Marjorie talked about her fake hair, and then she was like, "You badly built, bleach, blonde, something." Oh man, she killed her. Man, she killed her. But I mean, again, that's what our Congress has came to: personal attacks against their appearances. But anyways.
It's all been about getting social following, social media following. It's not about doing the work they were sent there to do. It's about popularity contests once they're there. It's just stupid.
It is. It is bad. It really, really is bad. Now, hey, back to this conference I was at, right? So the guy, he asked the whole people who was at the conference. He said, okay. He said this is how he defines or sees these pedos, right? These PDFs, because I think if you say that, it might like try to censor us or like make our algorithm go down. So these PDFs, right? And y'all know what I'm talking about, right? What they call minor attracted peoples, right? Which is crap. So he says, everybody here, think about your favorite food, right? Everybody in the audience that was watching at the conference. So we said, okay, we thought about favorite food. They said, okay, tell your neighbor your favorite food, right? So I was like, pasta and meatballs, right? You know, Valenti. That's the last name for a reason. So pasta and meatballs. What's your favorite food, Pops?
Steak and potatoes.
Steak and potatoes. Farm boy, you know what I'm
saying?
I love
a ribeye, man.
Get it in, right? So then he says, okay, so you have your preference, right? So he says, now, tomorrow, there's a law passed federally that makes pasta and meatballs with my grandma's red sauce illegal. There's a law passed that makes steak and potatoes illegal. He says, that's still your favorite food. well, yeah, it's still my favorite food, right? That's still my preference, still my favorite food. He's like, now, whether you eat it or not, maybe there is a little deterrence that you might not eat it because you're like, damn, I'm gonna go to federal prison. You're gonna be on a steak and potato registry list, right? I'm gonna be on a pasta and meatball registry list, right?
Yep.
I won't be able to live where I want to live or whatever, right? All these type of things, right? But, you know, you get caught eating your steak and potatoes, you know, they might first probably give you probation. That's how crazy the world is.
Make me eat pasta.
but then they're gonna, you know what I'm saying, then maybe you get 2 years. Then the next time you get caught again, then maybe they give you 6 years. And the next time, then maybe it's 20 years, whatever, right? But they said at the end of the day, still, that's going to be your favorite food. He says this is why he doesn't believe, or this is why he says how you have to look at PDFs or these pedos. Is because that's their preference. However they're wired, effed up in the head and messed up, that's their preference. There's no rehabilitating your preference. Like I can't stop you from liking steak and potatoes, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do to stop you from liking steak and potatoes. And so every time you see steak and potatoes, you're going to salivate. Whether you have a deterrent or not, you're going to salivate because that's your preference.
It's the same thing as the war on drugs. We didn't stop drug use.
Yeah.
We put a lot of people in prison.
Yeah. But I do think that chemically can be different. Like what I mean is chemically I can, okay, like, well, I guess I don't know. It's tough, right? Because I don't think truly been addicted to like a real drug, right?
Well, addiction's a different, I mean, that's different. The problem.
It's different than a preference though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a preference is like, you know what I'm saying? Like I love women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no, like I don't see a man and ever get sexually attracted, right? I'll never look at that dude like, ooh, man, look at that. Like now I can look at dude and be like, dang, man, dude is built, man. Dude got abs and some biceps. Like, dang, I want biceps like that, or I want abs like that, right? But I never look at a man and it's like, ooh, honey, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like I don't do that, right? Now, like I can appreciate the beauty in a woman, right? It's like, oh, yeah, that's a beautiful woman, right? Like, but there is a preference thing to this. And what he's saying is PDFs, these pedos, they have a preference, a sick preference for prepubescent children, right? And that's their preference. They can't be cured of that. There's no what's that called? There's no
rehabilitation.
Yeah, there's no rehabilitation for that. Just like I couldn't electroshock therapy you into liking a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing I could do to just make you attracted to a man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And that at the end of the day is why, and you can hate on me all you want. You can think I'm a horrible person or whatnot, but that's why I agree with if you hurt a child, like that's where capital punishment to me seems okay.
That's just what I was going to say. To me, that's what capital punishment is.
Yeah. Like that's where I'm like on the line with capital punishment, especially where I come to where I mean, like you're caught red-handed. Or you know what I'm saying, you're admitting you're caught red-handed. It's, you know what I'm saying, you have undeniable proof, that this happened, right?
Yeah.
Which is a lot of cases.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You have to just unalive those people. There's no other option because they cannot be rehabilitated. And this is what this intellectual was arguing. And that's the first time I heard it poised like that, right?
Yeah, when it you can connect the dots.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is too much. So, you know, and I think that's where I'm at, where it's like there is a time for capital punishment, and there is a time where sometimes we're just too soft. And now where we get into this political correctness, where it's like, no, we have to call these minor attractive people. No, F that, bump that, man. Those people. You know, like Samuel L. Jackson, A Time to Kill. He said, "Yeah, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell." Like,
well, it's no. I don't know how to say this even in a reasonable way. If it can't be fixed, tear it down and start over. I mean, that's what we're saying. These people can't be fixed.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You know, it's, I mean, there's probably not a lot of reasons, with the exception of my family, that I think I could shoot someone. Now, maybe if we were attacked in our country, but again, it would be about my family. If someone would have done that to one of my children,
it's like show up at the courthouse.
I'd probably still be in prison.
Oh yeah. It's like
It's not a choice.
No, 100%. It's like show up at the courthouse and handle your business.
It'd probably be done way before that, man.
I dig it. No, 100%. I dig it.
200 yards is nothing. I could be way further away.
Right. He's like, I got that beam. I got that red dot. No, 100%.
But there's not a lot of reasons. Not a lot of reasons I would specifically go to prison for or create a position where I would unalive somebody. But my family is my family.
Yeah. I mean, it's all you got. I mean, for real. Like, you don't get another family.
Which is what makes me sick to my stomach. The Charlie Kirk thing. His wife and children no longer have their father and husband. Yeah. I mean, it's just sad to me. It tears me up.
No, see, like,
no different than the people in Minnesota, the Democratic House member in the state, and him and his wife got shot at their home. There's no excuse for that. I mean, this isn't a political thing. There is no excuse for killing somebody over their beliefs or what they talk about. Yeah. If you don't like it, don't listen. Yeah. Change the channel.
Yeah. And I know I said earlier too, like lawmakers that have the power of the pen to do something or whatever like that, right? But I mean, they're just one vote, right? I mean, I'm just saying they're one vote, but then why kill the spouse? Yeah. Too, right? No, and again, I can't advocate for killing anybody.
I mean, it's even the...
Okay, does it get stickier? With the
CEO of United Health? Uh-huh. I don't know the whole story on the guy that killed them.
I don't think anybody does.
I mean, Luigi? I don't know if, he had a direct family member.
I know he's been turned into a cult hero.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know if he had a direct family member directly hurt by that insurance company. Yeah. Or if it was just insurance company in general and he knew the guy was going to be there. I don't know. I don't know that story.
Me either.
If it was hey, you're an insurance guy and my family got screwed by an insurance company, then I don't agree with that.
It's like he took a stray.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the story, so I really can't comment into it very deep. But
it's tough though, like, right, to kill that guy. I know maybe he's a millionaire, maybe he's blah blah blah, whatever, and you're mad. And he's the representative of that entity that is stopping your life-saving health or your family's life-saving, or maybe your wife died, your mother, or whatever. I get it. But man, I feel like it's kind of like, do like John Q, Like, right? Like, saying, like, I can feel John Q. I feel like everybody can feel John Q, right? Yep. He goes, he holds at the hospital. It's like, no, give my son a heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like, he didn't just go off doctors or off surgeons. He's like, no, I'm going to hold this motherfucker up and y'all going to give my son a heart, right? And, like, I feel that. Yeah. Right. Like, I can feel that. Plus, Denzel just makes you feel anything.
And I don't know the whole backstory of the guy. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really looked at it because it, quite frankly, I guess didn't directly impact me. And I, only got so much time in a day and in the world and in life. And it's not a priority. And I'm glad it's not a priority, quite frankly. But
those are tough.
Yeah, they are. They're all tough.
Those are tough, killing is tough, man. People dying, and gun violence, it hits me. It always just hits me weird. Like when I saw the brother got shot, right? It hits me weird, Of course, like, I don't know if the audience knows, my dad was killed, from gun violence, right? He was shot, over what they saw, over what the man said were words. Right? Were shot over what the man said was words. And people who were there, of course, everybody who was there says that it was, of course, unwarranted, and this guy was just in his feelings or whatnot. But so anytime I see another person get shot, another brother gets shot, right? It's tough, right? It just hits me a little different, and it takes me aback. And then it does bring me a little bit to, you know, like the feeling in my stomach when I get this call from my cousin saying that my dad was shot and killed, right? And so then I just think about, luckily, and no, this isn't luckily, excuse me. His babies are young, right? So, I mean, I don't even know, right? Of course, how does a mother say that to them, right? But I guess like the way that I got to hear it, comprehend it, understand it, and then have to deal with it. Like I said, I mean, there is no luckily. But the way that I had to deal with it or dealt with it, of course, was different. And I guess when his little babies grow up, right, because they're so young, right, I bet there's less like they don't have that feeling in their stomach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
like, so as they grow up, they just always would hear the stories of dad and maybe see the videos and the pictures of their dad. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll know daddy, whatever, right?
but they're young.
They're young. So, but it's just a damn shame. Like, you know, and I don't know exactly what I'm getting at when it comes to his kids, because it's going to be a tragedy. It's going to be horrible. But however it is, it's like, you know, those little kids won't have a daddy no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just won't have a daddy. And it's kind of like the way my son, you know, he doesn't know that grandpa.
Yeah.
But, you know, here's the story, here's the what you call it, here's the things, right? But he doesn't have a connection to it like that, right? To where when you're,
his emotional connection's only through you.
Yeah. Like, it isn't through that. But then again, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, those little girls, you know, or his babies may have a real memory.
And they may be young enough too that they don't, which would probably be a good thing.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting at, is I'm hoping that they aren't, you know, every time that they, you know, see or hear something like that, it isn't that, you know, they don't have that feeling. You know what I'm saying? That feeling, that, you know, that little bit of trauma feeling. I hope they don't have that. Because, you know, I pray that they don't have that, because it's just not cool. But however it goes, they're going to grow up without a daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is just horrible. It is just horrible. And luckily for me, you know, I was 23. So I was a man, what they call a man, you know what I'm saying, to be able to, you know, get over that and deal with it and all those type of things, right? But man, those people that, you know, I think about those people that, you know, like a 12-year-old or 10-year-old that loses a father or a mother, you know what I'm saying? Like, at those ages, like, I could just only imagine how, you know, how heartbreaking. Oh man, just how tough it is to lose a parent in those pivotal years. You know what I mean? Like the 10 to, or even the, you know, the 8 to.
But just when they can start memorizing,
comprehending, and yeah. You know, up until then, once you get older, you know, there's a point where, you know, you man up, right? That happens, and you man up, and you go on. The next day, you coach, you go to work, you go. You know what I'm saying?
You
go
don't ever
about your
stop.
life.
You don't ever stop missing. And thinking.
Yeah. But you go along your life, like, you know. Well, if you're whatever, right? You know, everybody does trauma different, whatever, right? But it's just tough, man. I'm just so glad, I guess, and lucky that it wasn't when I was, you know, 12 or when I was 10, or, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and so that's just tough, man. Those are just horrible things. So I just automatically think about, you know, his kids don't have a father, you know, and a lot of kids don't have a father. And that's what's really sad about the whole violence thing, is so many kids don't have a father. You know, I was looking at some stats from Chicago the other day, and they're talking about, you know, last week there's 41 shootings and maybe 13 murders in Chicago. And I'm looking like, golly, you know, all these people now without a father, or I think it was two ladies that got killed too.
Yeah, it's just,
you know, and it's like, man, we have a violence problem in America. And again, I say it's top down. But how are we going to solve this just overall violence problem?
People have to get back to respecting life. Mm-hmm. End of the day, You can disagree, but you still have to respect life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's a tough one. That's so sad.
Well, we need to get on a good note. We've talked about some pretty tough topics tonight. Please give us your comments. You can tell us we're full of shit or that we're crazy or we're on the wrong side of stuff. Whatever. It's okay. Got thick skins. The negative comments are better than no comments. But let's get into something fun. Let's talk about college football. Let's get some college football picks going.
Pops, man, why do they keep killing us?
I don't know. We have not had a good start through the first 2 weeks, folks. But we've had a lot of fun, and the entertainment value has been very much so worth it.
We've had a lot of fun. I was just telling my friend, I say, look, we're not doing so hot, but we're talking almost daily, and it's a lot of fun. And he said, oh, man, that's so great.
The entertainment value is huge.
Go ahead and send me some more money. But that's so great.
Yeah,
that's
I can
great.
do that. That's
No.
easy. That's easy.
That's what he was saying to me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but go ahead and send me some more money. But hey, that's great. You guys keep having fun.
Yeah.
You guys keep having fun and sending me your money, right? But I mean, but that's just so funny because that's what I was telling. I said, man, we are having a hell of a time. We're having a heaven of a time. We are having a heaven of a time, having fun, talking about it, and then we even dabbled into the NFL.
We did.
The Baltimore Ravens, and you hit me because I forgot what I was doing, but I wasn't watching football. And you're like, hey, the over's hit. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, it's probably good luck that I'm not watching. So I'm just going to keep on not watching. And I saw the score was like 34-19 or some crapper. And I'm like, oh, this is a lock. We're good. Third quarter. Oh, we're good. We're golden. Then I look at my phone at 1 a.m.
Fourth quarter came along and it was like Josh Allen went crazy.
What just happened? I'm like, and then so I text you, I think at 1 a.m., and I know I
was
you
sleeping.
Probably got it at 4 a.m. when you woke up or something. And it was so funny because I'm like, Pops, man, can you believe that score? He said, I woke up, saw that score, just wanted to throw up. These guys.
It did. It was horrible.
Just for the record, so y'all know, when we talking about, betting, we're talking about like $33 on the game.
Yeah, it's not.
And parlays for $33 and stuff.
It's not life-changing stuff.
We're not throwing the house at it, y'all. We're just having fun, okay?
It's a little entertainment value and a reason to communicate about some fun stuff. On an extremely regular basis, which is awesome.
Because lots of times you see, we come and we talk about heavy stuff and hard topics and and when we're outside we talk about heavy stuff and hard topics and things. We have these conversations not just for y'all. We have these conversations, and so
it's kind of how this started.
Fun. Yeah, it is.
We were having these heavy conversations and Ish says we should just do a podcast.
Yeah, I do a podcast about it. So this is our opportunity to have some just fun. And so, but like I said, we just want to make sure y'all know, look, hey, gamble responsibly. If you're gambling, if you're going to pay the sin tax, do it at a very minimal rate. Okay. Yeah. Don't go out there acting like you're going to get rich off this stuff because you're not.
And don't try to change. Don't put your family at risk.
No, it's all entertainment, guys. Yeah. You're not going to make big money out this thing. You are not a professional gambler. Do not let the house or your mortgage or your deed ride on this thing. Literally, like, gamble within your means, and I'm talking about little small money, guys. So that's just the disclaimer. When we're talking about gambling, we're not really gambling, y'all. Yeah. We're throwing pennies around, okay?
And we're having great entertainment value,
fun entertainment value, because we still want to win. We're competitive. We're competitive, so we still want to win.
But this is less than our cable bill.
yes, y'all. Just remember, okay. This ain't got nothing on the Verizon bill. So, okay. This week, I'm going to tell you off the top of my head who I really like without even looking at something again. First, before we hop into college football, Crawford. I love Crawford.
I was going to end with that, but
you're going to end with
it? Go ahead, man. Let's talk about Bud.
Okay, look.
He looks cut.
He does. He looks good. He's walking around at his regular weight, and he's ready for some fighting. So we like Bud. We like Bud, okay? We like Bud, y'all. Plus 143 on Sun's Places. If you go down there to the place across the river, it's plus 140. We like Bud. Under 10.5 rounds, like plus 300 at some places. We like Bud under 10.5 rounds too, but it doesn't matter who has it. Canelo, he's going to come out. He's a Mexican fighter. Those brothers like to fight.
They're brawlers.
They stand in there and punch. So this brother is heart. I mean, Canelo has heart, man. He has heart. Like all those Mexican fighters, bro, they have heart, and they just stand in there. They don't run from a fight. They are real fighters with cojones. You know what I'm saying? And they get in there and they do it. So I see under 10.5 because they're gonna fight. Okay, sure, yeah, it could go. It could go longer. That's why you don't bet your house on it, right? You have a little fun, but we like Bud, and we also like under 10.5. That's going to be a great fight. And it's on YouTube. No, Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, y'all. I love that. They're breaking the mold on Netflix. That's cool. That's a cool thing. You don't have to pay $80 to watch the fight. Comes into your subscription to Netflix. How cool. How cool. And I love when two great fighters fight.
Oh, yeah.
They're not dodging each other anymore. Bud said, I'll step up and do it. Let's go.
And we haven't had, I mean, with the exception of Bud Crawford, I mean, we haven't had a lot of great boxing matches.
No, because yes, and Bud, you know how made Spence fight him.
Made
Spence fight him, but you know what I'm saying? Like Bud goes out there and gets the fights that you want to see. He fights the people you want to see him fight. I love it.
Yeah, he doesn't dodge anybody.
No, he doesn't, man. So hey, look, and we say Bud. Even if I wasn't from Nebraska, I would say Bud because he's a fighter, y'all. He is a fighter.
But he's an Omaha cat, and that's better yet.
Even better yet. Even better yet. Go Bud. So okay, we got that out the way. Bet on Bud. He's never disappointed me. 41-0.
Okay, college football.
Okay, so who I liked right away, Oregon.
Big on the Ducks.
Like the Ducks, man. I don't like the coach, but the team is amazing, and they score a lot of points. The only reason I don't like the coach, I'm still sour about what he said about Coach Prime and how, you know, we play for wins, they play for clicks. I can't get over that, man. I can't get over that. But anyways, his team is well coached. They're going to score points. Did you hear what he said about punting last game? So he said, look, man, we just had to go out there and punt one because I was afraid we were going to lose a punter to the portal before the third game because they hadn't punted, you know. They just keep scoring. They hadn't punted. He's like, look, we just had to punt one just because, you know. So we called some plays just so we could punt, darn it, just so we can get our guys some action, okay? So I love the Ducks. I didn't see the Huskers on there.
No, they're not.
Because they were rolling, but I saw them somewhere else, but I didn't see them on there. But I saw them somewhere else, only like 34.5, and I couldn't believe that. But if you can get the Huskers somewhere, they're rolling. They're rolling. If you can get the Huskers somewhere, they're rolling.
This is their last layup game.
So if you can get the Huskers somewhere, they're rolling. I do. Okay, I liked the Notre Dame over Texas A&M. Texas A&M has been hurt a little bit. Was that -6 still? Around there.
Yeah, it's right in that area.
It's right around there. Notre Dame's at home, okay, in the no logo field. They're there with just the stripes and the green grass, all right? And I think they're hungry and out to prove something. So I like Notre Dame as well. We like Texas Tech. Texas Tech's been rolling. They got good offense, been scoring a lot of points.
Playing Oregon State.
Oregon State sucks.
Beaver's not real good.
And I mean, seriously though, does Oregon State have a conference yet? Are they still out there just in the Pac-12? That's nothing. Are they still in the Pac-2, or did they get the Mountain West thing going?
They might be in the Mountain West now.
I'm not the Mountain West thing going, but I thought they had to wait one more year before they got the Mountain West thing going. However it goes, Texas Tech, I think, still slinging that ball. They're out there throwing it all around, scoring 80 points a game or some crap. So we still like Texas Tech. What was the line on the Texas Tech?
23.5.
23.5. I still like that. We liked SC over Purdue. Purdue's at home, yes, but the Boilermakers suck. Was that 29?
20.5.
20.5. Even better. We like that. 3 touchdowns.
I have to tell you, I've been to Purdue for a game, and the students actually go crazy, like bar crawling in like pajamas before the game, and then they show up at the game hammered, or they don't show up at all. It's kind of an interesting. They call it something. I remember what it was, but it was entertaining.
Oh man! So I know we like Illinois. That's a Big Ten matchup that's happened. That's a good Big Ten matchup. I like Iowa State too.
Iowa State. 20.5. Arkansas State.
Okay, now look. Arkansas will be Arkansas State last game by like 50-something points, I think. It was 56 or 50-something to 0 or some crap. I mean, they walloped them, right? And Iowa State had a rough game. They barely
beat Iowa.
They barely beat Iowa. It was a rough game, but I think that they're better than what they showed up at. I do think
It was a big emotional game.
It is. And wait, they were in Iowa?
No, they were at Iowa State. It was home for them, but it's a big. I mean,
Iowa's just tough, man. They
don't score a lot of points. They just pound the rock, man.
Beat you down. They beat you down. Now this is the catch.
Still the worst performing offense, I think, in the NCAA.
God.
Iowa.
Gosh, but they just, no matter what, they're going to get to a bowl game every year. Now, this is the one. This is the one that everybody's wondering
game.
about. Is there still no money line? There's still no money line.
It's a trap game.
Oh, man. South Florida, Miami. Is it 17?
17 and a half.
Woo! South Florida got up on right away. They got up on Boise State, right?
Yep.
They just dismantled Boise State first game. That was in Boise, wasn't it? I feel like it wasn't. No, it wasn't in the blue field. Okay, that helps. So they dismantled Boise State at home, in their home in South Florida. Where does South Florida play out of?
I don't know.
Okay, then they go down and they go to the swamp. Though they went to the swamp last week. And they just gave those Gators all they could handle and got the win. Now, if you watch that game, you'll see the Gators scored 21 points in one drive that got taken off the board. They scored a touchdown and got called back. Scored another touchdown, got called back. Scored another touchdown. It got called incomplete, but it was a touchdown. So they would have said that. Then the Gators, they dropped a pass at the end too that should have been something. But however it goes, South Florida won the game. Now they go to Miami, right?
Yeah.
This isn't the Hard Rock field anymore. They got a new field. It isn't the old Miami like we knew in the 90s, right?
Yeah, it's not the Orange Bowl.
But they are back, Pop says.
I believe in Miami and Florida State being back playing their old football. But South Florida is playing pretty solid. It's going to be speed on speed, and there's no money line for a reason. Because it's either Miami gets out there and take care of business and gets up and gets rocking and cover the 17 and a half.
Easy.
Over.
Or South Florida gives them all they can freaking handle. They can pull it out in the end, and they can make it a real game.
Because that money line would be huge.
Now, Miami has Carson Beck, right? The old Georgia quarterback last year who was just so boring, right? But he's a game manager. He doesn't really turn the ball over. He plays the play he does. He throws his check downs.
And he wins.
Does all the things you can do, right? He does all the things you're supposed to do.
And he wins.
He does all the things you're supposed to do. Georgia was just done with him because they were just tired. I feel like they were just tired, and they parted ways.
Change.
Yeah. He went and got his money. Now he's in Miami. Hopped in for Cam Ward bouncing, and now he's at Miami, and Miami has all of everything, man. They got the turnover chain over there. I love the swag. I was a big Miami guy up until last year. For some reason, I just kind of fell off of them. But that's a tough game, and it's a game I just want to enjoy. Like that's a game I just want to enjoy. I don't think I can, you can't call that one. It's a tough one.
I mean, the last game that I really like is I like Ohio State over Ohio at home, 31 points. I think Ohio State rules them.
Well, Ohio State's been rolling.
I know.
Ohio State scored.
And they're playing the Bobcats.
Well, yeah. Well, they scored 80-something to no 80. The last two games, it's like 80-something to 7.
Yeah.
The only team that scored on them was, Texas. They scored 7 points on them. 2 goal line stands in that game. I mean, that says a lot. They went over Grambling State, and like you said, they're fighting, or they're playing the Fighting Franks.
Fighting Franks, Bobcats.
Even though Frankie isn't there anymore. Frankie retired. Was it 2 years ago he retired now?
Yeah.
Is it 2 years he's gone? Now, look, I do talk about that Virginia Tech game, the Old Dominion. It's only a 7-point spread. Now, why? Because Virginia Tech hasn't looked great, but I feel like they're better than 7 points at Old Dominion at home. They got Virginia Tech is at home, y'all. Beamer Ball's alive and well. I think they get it together. I put them in a little small parlay because I think they get it together and they hop all over Old Dominion, y'all. Like, seriously. Now, they put Virginia Tech, I saw some little ratings, and they put Virginia Tech in like the worst 25 from last week or something like that. You see that? Maybe their number.
And in a fun parlay, of Virginia Tech, Illinois.
What was the Florida? Florida was playing LSU. I like LSU.
Yeah.
LSU played strong against Clemson, but here's what I'm afraid is Clemson just not that good. Because that's how I always feel too sometimes. Like Clemson just, I mean, they had a whole lot of trouble last week against Troy.
Yeah.
They had to come back and fight their butts off in the fourth quarter to beat Troy. That being said, I like Troy this week. Troy, I forgot who they're playing, but I like Troy. I like Navy. Oh, the Duke and Tulane.
Duke and Tulane.
We like Tulane.
Yep.
Tulane at home. The green machine, y'all. They're fast.
The Iowa game, to me, it's a stay away because I don't know if Iowa can score 35 points.
For UMass? Can they get the Minutemen down there? And I mean, again, those East Coast teams, they scare me because they just play football over there. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just feel like they get a bunch of JUCO guys.
And lacrosse.
I mean, they're just tough.
They are.
Right? They get a bunch of JUCO guys that just play football, that love football, that want to hit somebody in the mouth. And so you're right. 35 points is a lot. But sometimes they get to rolling. Oh, I also liked South Carolina big over Vandy.
Yeah.
Now, look, I know Vanderbilt was very dangerous last year. They were very dangerous, but South Carolina's quarterback is the real deal.
Well, and Vandy's not the same Vandy. No team's the same team year on year. I mean, with the portal and stuff. So.
We learned that the first week the hard way, didn't we? I tell you what. South Carolina, though, I really like South Carolina. I do. You hop on, what is that, 4.5? It seems too good to be true. Like, it almost seems too good to be true.
It does.
I liked it, all those. Oh, really quick. Coach Prime has to go to Houston with his third string quarterback. It looks like they might start Stabby.
Really?
He's calling him Martin Luther Staub. Martin Luther Staub, because Staub had a dream. He said he had a dream. But I wanted to talk about this, right? Okay. How many coaches go out there and get the number one recruit for high school for quarterback? Go and get arguably the number one transfer quarterback. You could say Carson Beck was, but arguably one of the number one transfer quarterbacks, definitely the number one dual threat transfer quarterback coming from Liberty. He goes out there and gets him in a Saltier. Okay. And his third string quarterback is the boy Staub, who's been backing up Shedeur Sanders for 2 seasons straight. Hasn't got much game time. Now, there's 2 things I want to talk about this. We're here. Staub stayed. Okay. Who stays these in this day and age, the transfer portal and all that? Who stay? I mean, he's no shabby quarterback, right? Who stays at a program when you're backing up a guy for 2 years and then they go out there and get 2 guys to come and play in front of you? Who stays? Who doesn't just hop off on the transfer portal, right? This guy stayed, first thing. And they asked him why he stayed.
Henry Carver, Nebraska.
There you go.
Moved to tight end.
He moved to position. Well, they said this guy stayed. And they said, why'd you stay? He said, look, I just love the atmosphere here. I love my coaches. I love Coach Prime. I love what's happening here. I love this school. And he said, I just had a dream that, I just needed to stay here, right? And then you go back to Coach Prime. The first game, his quarterback just didn't play so hot. Georgia Tech's a good team, I think. Okay. And the offense really couldn't get it going how a Colorado offense needs to get it going. And so he says, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to give 2 possessions to each quarterback in the first half. To 3 quarterbacks. When have we seen that? I know we see where you'll try 2 guys out, right?
But not 3.
But not 3. So Coach Prime comes and breaks the mold completely. Says, I'm going to give 3 guys 2 possessions. Not only did he get 3 guys 2 possessions, but the 2 possessions that Staub got, his first possession is in the 2-minute drill at the end of the half. He throws him in for the 2-minute drill at the end of the half. 1:38 left on the clock. Says, go ahead and run the 2-minute drill for your first possession. And he comes out there and throws the dimes, gets the touchdown. And then he brings him out first for the second half. First one, he goes out there, throws another good one, gets the touchdown. I mean, that's guts.
Got him back in the game.
Got him back in the game how they should be. And they pushed one line, they covered another. But that's a different type of coaching. That's just unprecedented. He did something we just don't see. And he gave that boy an opportunity, man.
That's a confident coach.
He's like, hey, look, I know what I've seen in practice. Let me go ahead and give this boy a chance. And I feel like it's like rewarding him for staying true, staying there thick and thin, and just gave him a shot. He gave him his opportunity.
Yeah. And how good's Colorado going to be? I don't know. I mean,
they're scaring me. They're scaring me. Y'all know I'm a fan, but they're scaring me.
It's a Division I football's tough. It's tough.
So now what does he do? If he starts Staub, let's say Staubby, let's just say Martin Luther Staub comes out and he wins in Houston. You got to stay with him.
Yeah, then you're going to stay with him. Absolutely.
Okay, now peep this, though. What do you do with, you got Juju sitting there, the number one prospect, and these kids want to play. He's 17, but he wants to play. He thought he was going to come and play. He thought he was getting the keys from Shador, taking over. He's going to be driving the Maybach, and he's going to be playing. No. And then you got your other guy sitting there, Saltier. Like, these guys could literally say, okay, red shirt me, I'm ready to transfer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's tough. That's part of that where college football is right now. That makes it even tougher on a coach. You can't just play the guy who you think is the best because you're going to lose some guys.
Well, because it's all about win now.
Yeah,
because
you're right.
Because of the money. It's about win now.
Which is tough.
Because it's big money.
It's tough.
It's it used to be just big money to the university. Well, now that you're paying the players, and I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. I wish there was some better guidelines so it wasn't still the wild, wild west. But now, I mean, these kids think they are ready to play. They want to play.
Yeah.
And if you don't play them, they're going to go someplace else or try to at least.
Yeah. I mean, would you even think about this? Coach Prime comes, they're 1-11. The next season, he wins 4 games. The next season, he gets him to a bowl game, right? You would think that would secure his job for the next 10 years.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, right? Like back in the 90s, early 2000s, you do something like that, don't you think you're good? The
University
90s,
of Nebraska fired Frank Solich 9-2.
They said there were some things behind that, but I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean, man.
Bo Pelini won 9 games every year, and got fired. Bo was Bo.
No, but still, like to your point, you just knocked that out the park because, I mean, so when was the last time that you had, you could just win good games, be a good coach, and stay good? Was it the 80s?
Yeah, I mean,
early 90s?
They wanted Osborne fired in the 80s.
Wow.
Because winning 9-10 games wasn't enough. They couldn't win the big one. Tom was really close to going to Colorado and being the coach.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And,
wow.
But there was enough folks that stayed behind him. Wow. And Tom made some changes.
Sure.
As Frank made changes. They didn't let, Frank brought in all those coaches, go 9-2. We don't even let them recruit. That was the end, the beginning of the end. So
that's tough. I didn't know that they wanted Tom out.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
really?
There was lots of talk because he couldn't beat Oklahoma.
Oh, man, that's tough.
But, Tom followed a legend. Devaney took the program from nothing.
Yeah.
And in 10 years, won 2 national championships.
That's
12 years, whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever. Long. That's unprecedented. Yeah. That's beautiful.
But, you look at, Tom was on the hot seat, and the man averaged 10-plus wins a season for 25 years. 255 wins in 25 years. When they weren't playing a 14-game schedule.
Yeah, you had to win every game, basically. Oh, man. And that was the game of, that was simpler football, too. It was like you just had to outclass everybody every time.
Well,
I'm just saying, there wasn't, I feel like there's not all the wrinkles that there are now.
No. Well, the crazy part about it was, I loved it. Nebraska football was pretty boring. Tom, we ran like 5 plays to the right, 5 plays to the left, and had 2 pass plays. And
one with those
and then in the 90s, you get, offensive line going up there telling the defensive line, hey, this is the play we're going to run, so be ready.
Stop me.
Yeah, that was
Stop me.
Wiegert.
Yeah, Zach Wiegert.
Zach Wiegert telling, he's defensive coordinator, defensive line coach. Sapp, telling Warren Sapp, this is the play we're going to run. Stop it.
That's that Miami Orange Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, that shit doesn't happen in the real world. But that's how good they were. I mean, they were that good.
Well, now they go out there and have to scout it with the phone, and they're trying to get the signals, and they're trying to, no, I mean, I get it. I dig it. It's just, that's good stuff. Okay. Tell me what you think about Rule's halftime speech.
I think
everybody's talking about it.
Well, I think he was spot on in that the team got they're up 33-0,
mm-hmm.
got stuffed 3 times at the goal, basically. And the killer instinct. I mean, guys were, it appeared to me at the end of the second quarter before half, guys were taking plays off. I was there watching it live,
mm-hmm.
and you just can't do that in college football today.
Mm-hmm.
There's teams are too good, a lot of really good athletes on both sides of the ball. You can't take a play off.
Yeah. It's just they weren't dogs anymore.
Yeah, it was. Grant Winstrom, I just watched this little clip on him, and he was talking about, when you got there as a freshman, Nebraska just been to the Orange Bowl, got beat by Florida State.
Yeah.
Next year they win the national championship. Next year they win the national championship. Skip a year and then win again.
Yeah.
And he's like, when we used to go in the pit, which was ones-on-ones, offense and defense, he said, and they'd be taping it and we'd be doing things, and then pretty soon a fight would break out. And he said the cameraman always really did a good job of taking care of us, and so they'd shut off the cameras because coach did not like us fighting. But it happened all the time. And he said, we could fight that, but then game time comes on Saturday, we're brothers. I mean, we're fighting to make each other better.
Yeah.
And then, he said it was crazy. He says, but you want to talk about, iron sharpening iron, and we were hard on each other, horribly bad.
Yeah.
And you just don't, ones on ones just doesn't happen like it used to back then.
Sure. It's all the ones on the scout team.
Yeah.
So I dig it. I dig it. Well, yeah, there's different things. I know, when I watch Tom Osborne, his halftime speech at that Orange Bowl against Miami in 94, and he's, it's just different, like he isn't yelling, he isn't berating kids, but just the way he was talking, it was prophetic, right? And I remember, because I used to watch the freaking the Unfinished Business all the time, right? That little VHS that you bought at Walgreens. I used to watch it, and he said, now, what do you call it? You can't hurt a guy out here with all this equipment on, so don't be trying to fight out here with these guys. You can't hurt a guy with all this equipment on. But what you're going to do is you're going to just keep your cool, or, I'm paraphrasing, and keep your tolerance or whatnot. And they're going to end up making a big mistake, getting a big penalty that's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. They're going to get a big penalty that's going to hurt them. So he's like, I don't want to know anybody going out there being a canny rooster, as he said. He said, I don't want anybody to go out there and be a canny rooster.
Ganny.
This is a ganny rooster?
I think they're gannies.
Thank you. I don't want anybody being a ganny rooster. I want y'all basically just saying to keep your head, keep your head, keep fighting, and keep just playing the game the right way, right? And we're going to prevail, and that's exactly what happened, right? One of the offensive linemen were down there, and the D line was on top of them, and he started shaking them and got the big 15-yard, and that sparked a big drive for us. And then we just beat them down systematically over time. But I mean, just the way that Tom would, there's different ways to motivate, right? There's different ways.
He's a doctor of psychology.
And he did it, man. And I just remember watching that and just being like, wow, that's a great way to coach.
I just saw there's Nick Saban talking about his coaching career, and he said, and I don't remember where he was. He said,
he was at Michigan State.
I go to Michigan State, but he was someplace before that. He said, then I go to Michigan State, head coach at Michigan State. Yeah. First game we go to Lincoln, Nebraska. Yeah. And he said
52-7, I remember that.
He said at halftime, I'm thinking, this is horrible. We are a horrible football team. He said, and at halftime, or at the end of the game, Tom came out and said, hey, Nick, I I don't think you're as bad as you think you are. We're just pretty good this year.
Where's that good? Where does that
And he
get?
said, we ended up winning like 8 games that year.
Yeah.
We actually had a pretty good season,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
said, we got smashed in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And again, see, now I remember that game because that was a 95 game, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was in 1995.
Yeah, 94 or 5, but yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that was on my Reflection of Perfection tape that we got at Walgreens as well, right?
It was
Reflection of Perfection. And yeah, but that was 52-7.
Yeah.
Is what they won that game. 52-7. I remember.
Tom Izzo still talks about it.
Bro, Abdul Muhammad had one of the craziest catches. So maybe that was 94. Because Abdul Muhammad had a crazy catch during that game. It was beautiful. But yeah, definitely, man. Like they were that good, the Huskers. Good old Huskers, man.
Hey, everybody, man, love you. Thanks for listening. Again, give us comments. Kind of my final thoughts are is I do want to put thoughts and prayers out there for Charlie Kirk's wife and children. Mm-hmm. We've got to stop these types of violent acts. We have a violent people problem in our country, and I hope we can get this solved. Peace out. Love you.
Yes, same thing. Yes, we have a mental health problem that makes people violent. And yes, we do need to love more. Let's pray more. And let's bring more of that peace to the world, y'all. Pop's another great podcast. We'll see y'all next time.
Love you. Peace out.
That
was pretty good.
No agenda, no bull crap, just real conversations. Thank you for joining us for the Middle of the Street podcast.